we'll be on.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on Twitch, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook. So make sure you check us out on there. Then make sure you go to the Spotify, Apple Music, subscribe to 1212 Place to Be with Guylaire. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. King, how you?
I'm great, man. So where you from?
I'm from Queens, man. From New York, Queens. Born and raised. Was actually born in Brooklyn, but raised in Queens.
Man, I got a bad story about Queens I'd like to share with you.
People always got bad stories about something. Like what happened? What happened?
I was mad, man, because my boy got married and he lived in Manhattan. So I'm from San Diego. So he's like, he just said pick a place to live. And I said, I'm gonna go to Queens. I'm thinking that shit like gonna be nice because coming to America and shit, that shit was hood and shit over there. I think I was in the trap part. Whatever point I was, it wasn't nice. But
why you use coming to America as a point of reference, though? That's the funny part about it.
I mean, that's black culture, man.
Nah, I feel you. I respect it, man. Coming to America, top 5. Man.
All right, so I'm reading that you're a singer, songwriter.
Yes, sir.
So I want to see, do you remember, just take us back to your earliest memories of music?
Sheesh, earliest memories of music, man. I was maybe like 10 years old and I was singing, I was singing You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson. That was like my go-to at that time. And I would see people's reaction and I was like, oh shit, okay, maybe I got a little something in the tank, you know? So ever since then, you know, I was always curious with music. My mom sang. You know, coming from like a Haitian background, being raised in Queens, and my mom was very musical. So I kind of picked up, you know, where she left off, and then I just started my own journey from there. You know, started listening to different artists, you know, obviously the legends and the great ones, and my journey just started to blossom from there.
Well, that's one of the next questions. So who you listening to back then?
I mean, Michael, obviously. You know, my house was pretty like eclectic when it came to music. I didn't get into R&B till I was like a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like late teens. So, you know, obviously listening to Michael Jackson, listening to Sting, listening to Bob Marley in the crib. Like they always would play Bob Marley. That's like one of my inspirations. Still listen to him to this day. Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, like all the greats. Yeah.
Hey, so we was doing like me and my homies. We had a R&B battle. It was a Facebook group we had.
Okay.
And we can like every time somebody used R. Kelly, it was like an automatic TKO. We're trying to figure out what artists, like we had a versus, what artists can go against R. Kelly?
What artists can go against R. Kelly? That's a valid question. Oof. I can still hear you. What artist can go against R. Kelly? Damn, that's a valid question.
Yeah, we can. I had to cheat, so I was telling him, I was like, he wanted to do like R. Kelly versus Babyface. I was like, that ain't fair. So I was like, all right, you get R. Kelly, but I'm gonna get Michael Jackson and Usher, and then you pick whoever you want. We gonna tag team, and then he didn't want to do that.
Nah, that's an automatic blowout. That's like all world like lineup. That's like, cause who's gonna really go against that? Michael Jackson, Usher, and R. Kelly.
Yeah,
that's a heavy catalog.
So I'm gonna say, yeah. So you was naming the artists. What about the new people you listen to? You new R&B cast you listen to?
I feel like a lot of the females are really killing nowadays. You know, the Keilanis of the world. Who else? Kehlani, Kiana Lede, Summer Walker, SZA. I think SZA is probably like my favorite R&B artist right now.
Man, I was kind of hurt, man, about SZA though.
Why?
Because I saw her before pictures. She a whole nother person. They like, I was like, how they do that?
I mean, but that's the point of growth, ain't it? Like,
I guess.
So you think she looked better before than now?
No, I'm just like I don't know. I guess it was just my fault thinking like, oh, I'm listening to the music and I'm just thinking that shit like it's just real. Oh, she real. Then I see him like, man, it's like they I don't want to talk bad.
Nah, I mean, I just think it's part of her journey. You know what I'm saying? Like she's developing, she's blossoming. I mean, she has bread now. Once you have bread, like you're really able to do a lot of shit. Huh?
I said you can fix up everything when you get some money, huh?
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? She probably got mad trainers. She eating good. She going to different places, experiencing different things, like skin flourishing. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a different air.
And then I will ask you because I was asking you before we came on. I know I'm a fan of her. Yeah. And then you were saying before you going by your name now, you going by him. So I want you to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, originally, the idea was obviously inspired by, her. Shout out her too. Just as an artist, super talented, super fire. So it was obviously inspired by what she had done. So it's funny because a while back, I had heard some of the music, but I had no idea that she was going to be her, and these things were going to fall into play. So when my boy sent me shout out Juice too, no cross no crown, you already so when he sent me her music, I had known who it was already, but I didn't know that Gabby was going to turn into her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to this music like, oh shit, this is some fire stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he came up with the idea like, yo, what do you think about doing a male version of that? I was just like, damn, that could be fire. That could be, historic, or, they may not fuck with it. But either way, we're going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like as a creative, it was just something that made sense. You know what I'm saying? As the females listening to their side of the story and how they feel and their expression, it was only right for a male to come out and express how he feels from his point of view. So it was just a play on of creativity and ideas that we wanted to spark. We wanted to spark conversation.
Yeah, I looked at that Joe Budden clip on your page. He said y'all was beefing or no?
No, it wasn't really no beef. I just don't think they took too kindly to the idea. Because at the end of the day, her, that's their entity, that's their baby. You know what I'm saying? So from their perspective, it may look like, we were trying to like infiltrate or trying to like copy or take their idea, when in reality, we wanted to see how we can maybe even collaborate eventually. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that was kind of us looking at it naively, and understanding that this game is like, it's cliquish, you know what I'm saying? And that's their baby, and they have a vision for that. And anybody trying to interrupt that is a dope, you know what I'm saying? Which is, completely understandable. But at the same token, we wanted to strive for something great and something that historically hasn't been done. Two artists with similar ideas, but two different perspectives. Historically, I think that would have been, and still is, an amazing idea. You know what I'm saying?
So like you're not doing that no more, right? You just went to Guylaire?
Yeah. I think after doing it for 2 years, it had its like hot streak and stuff like that. But I think it was also time to show some growth and show who I am, tell my story, my struggles and my challenges.
Yeah, that's why I don't think that's a good thing sometimes, because they don't know who you are. So it's kind of like a disconnect a little bit.
What you mean?
Like how the hidden identity thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, it could work for you, it could work against you. I think the pro about it is the fact that people can listen to the music. They don't have to really know who you are. They just want to listen directly. It's like when The Weeknd came out, you couldn't really see his face, or when Sia came out, she was never showing her face, but she was everywhere. She was always either writing for somebody, or she had like a single out that was crazy, and people were like, yo, who is this voice? So that draws your attention, that mystique, what I'm saying, like we don't really have anymore due to the the social media days now. You know,
Right.
it's all about showing your face. So kind of contradicting that, you know, people want to know because people are naturally nosy and curious anyway. So that could work for you. But then the other half is like, all right, well, aside from that, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? What do they like? What do they like to go? What experiences have they had personally? How can you relate to that? You know, so.
Yeah, I remember with her, I don't know if it was on purpose, but she had her whole old YouTube up. so it was like, I guess like people found the old YouTube and they saw her, but they took it down, but everybody saw it because she had her old YouTube shit up. They found her old YouTube under Gabby.
Yeah.
I would say, when you announced it, did you do like a wrestler? How did you announce the like who you was? Did you like, you know how the wrestlers do? They take the mask off or so. What did you do?
I mean, initially we had like, you know,
countdown or something.
Oh yeah, like a countdown. Well, the thing is on my IG, I had a profile picture, and you know how they do like the grid, the Insta grid countdowns. So for every day we would just drop, you know, three pictures of 3 parts of the whole picture, you know, until people gradually started seeing my face. You know, so that's how we kind of rolled it out. And from there, it's just, you know, it's just go time.
So that's why your Instagram, I saw your pictures like that on Instagram.
Yeah. It was like, you know, per box. So that's how we kind of just did the reveal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, when did the Masked Singer come out? I feel like now they got the Masked Singer.
That would have been. It's funny because now that I'm like, ironically, how the world needs masks, and I'm revealing my face.
I know.
And before then, I had my face covered, and everybody ain't have no kind of mask. They wasn't trying to fuck with no mask, none of that shit. So I just think that's ironic. But yeah, I've seen the Masked Singer. It's actually pretty entertaining.
So what do you love about music?
Oh man, I mean the way it makes me feel, the way I can make somebody, it's almost like having a superpower in essence, you know, because the fact that you can control someone's emotions, you know, making them feel empathy, making them feel sad, making them feel happy, making them feel desirable, independent, raunchy, you know, upset. Like you can make them feel a myriad of emotions, and that's all through your experience and your attachment to that composition, you know. And I just think that the greats, they have such a masterful touch on making you feel a way. That's why they're considered the greats. You know, like Michael, like Luther, Marvin Gaye, Aretha, like the list goes on and on. They just make you feel a way. They make you feel nostalgic. I was listening to Sade the other day, and I'm like, damn, this is so amazing, because she's like whispering on the tracks, but you just feel a way.
It was like a big thing, and I did not think this was a thing. People were mad. It was like older people, but they was mad because people was comparing Sade to Janae Aiko. And I said, shit, that's a good comparison. But they was like, oh, no, she way better than her. I was like,
who's way better than who?
They was trying to say Sade's way better than her. But I was like, you know.
I mean, I don't think it's. I mean, Sade has
the new version.
Sade has solidified, you know, who she is, you know what I'm saying, in the musical history. Like, she's embedded that. You know, Janae's still working towards it. I think Janae is on her way to being, you know, in that Sade realm. I think sonically, they sound similar, because I'm sure Janae drew a ton of inspiration from Sade, along with plenty of other artists. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. I just think it's preference, really. And obviously the inspiration is drawn from a lot of the older artists.
No, actually, what's the meaning behind your name?
My actual name, it means success and endurance.
Oh, that's your real name?
Yeah, it's my actual name, like my father. So I'm actually a junior. My father is.
Came out with your real name, huh? You went from him, and you just dropped your government after that, huh? You said,
might as well. It's funny because I was having this conversation with my sister, and she just hit me like, "Yo, it's crazy that your name is Guylaire because it already has an artistic ring to it, so it just only made sense to come out with it, because nobody would ever think to name their son or an artist Guylaire. Like, you've never heard or rarely ever heard a name called Guylaire. So,
What did you say it means again?
Endurance and success.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight.
Yeah.
So what would you say your story is as an artist?
Oh man. Shit. Just a dude from New York. Man, I'm a romantic just in terms of, the idea of love, but at the same time, I have a shell, because of the experiences that I've had. And with those experiences, I've learned, and there's been a bit of I guess jadedness to me, and you could hear the honesty, you can hear the rawness in my music, where I am spiritually, mentally, financially, all of these things. I'm just being honest with who I am, where I am, and where I'm going. I think that's what you can get the most from me, that authenticity.
And then where did the jadedness come from?
Man, experience, seeing certain things, being around certain things and certain experiences.
Some cut you deep. So what cut you deep?
Got
you.
Huh?
I said some got you deep. What cut you deep though? What got you the most?
Realizing
what place you go to when I know they make you try to cry when you act in, where you go to, who hurt you the most? Where you
there's that space. I know that space. I know that space well. But I just think that, being in that space of, being in a relationship, being out of a relationship, fresh out of a relationship, and then, going through the motions, and then seeing other people that's close to you go through certain things, seeing things in your household, just a myriad of things. That's just like, I'm cool,
And how would you describe your sound to people?
Man, I just authenticity, man. Like giving that real shit, Yeah, I mean, I think it's a mixture of artists that I'm inspired by, artists that I respect highly and appreciate, the Ushers of the world, Marvin Gaye, Beyonce. Like, it's just like a culmination. Even SZA, I'm super inspired by SZA and her rawness and her talent. She speaks a lot of experience and a lot of real shit that's going on with her. I can always even Frank Ocean, what I'm saying? Like, those Frank artists, I want to be remembered as one of those kind of artists. You know what I'm saying? When you listen back to it, it's just like, damn, he was really pouring out some real shit on there. Because I think that's what people can relate to the most. People can listen and you want to hear all the rap shit and how much money you got and how many shorties you smashed and all of this, that, and the third. But it's like, not everybody is even capable of attaining those things. But everybody can relate to some form of struggle, some form of heartbreak, some form of happiness, some form of, anything that you go through as a regular person.
So describe your process when you're creating a song.
Oh man, it's several different. There's so many different things. I can either be inspired by the track. If it's something that moves me, I could write something really fast. I usually start with a melodic feel. Go through the melody until I feel like it's right. Then start putting words to it. Or I can have words and I can put a melody to it, then lay it on the track. Or I'll be inspired by something that I read. I was like, yo, this is a fire title. How can I use this title and turn it into a story that's relatable to something I've been through and that the world can also feel, so it can be something that I watched on TV. I'm like, damn, that's a dope concept. Let me see if I can flip that and turn that into a story. So there's so many different ways that I can be inspired and then transfer that into the music.
But how? And then you say songwriter. So how do you write a song? Because like with me, I actually messed around. I wrote 2 R&B songs. Man, I'm R&B Poe right now. So I got 2 tracks on Spotify, iTunes. You know, all the social media platforms. So, but I'm trying to write my next hit, and I'm kind of stuck right now. So
I feel you,
man.
Shit. How do you write? How do you songwrite? The process?
Yeah.
It depends, man. Like you can approach it metaphorically, like depending on what you want to talk about. You have to start with what you even want to talk about. Like what do you want the world to know, you know? And how can you say that in a way that's never been said, but everybody's heard this idea before?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of being creative in the messaging, but still be relatable in how that message comes across. You know what I'm saying? So either you want to talk some real shit, you know, by pouring whatever experience that you have, or you can come from the creative angle and do something that's like, oh wow, I never thought about it like this before.
Yeah, I'll ask you about your current projects. I know you got it's dropping pretty soon. You got a video, Homebody dropping today.
Yes, sir.
So just talk about your current projects, man. What you got going on?
Well, the single is already out. That came out last Friday. Homebody, available on all platforms. So make sure y'all stream that and download that motherfucker. But also the video is coming out tonight, 7 p.m. We're actually going to do a live video premiere on YouTube, but it'll be available on all platforms as well. Vivo, all other platforms. So yeah, that was actually inspired by quarantine, funny enough.
I believe you.
Huh?
I said I believe you. Everybody doing everything now. Quarantine made people sit down.
Exactly. You know, it forced you to be a homebody. You know, a lot of women speak about, you know, they love being homebodies, et cetera, but now everybody was a homebody, you know, so it's kind of just taking that idea, just making it personable to you.
Then what about your, I see you got a lot of songs on your YouTube page, but what about your past projects? You got any previous projects?
With him?
Yeah, just that you want people to check out, or you just pushing the new stuff?
I mean, we're more so focused on the new stuff. Obviously, you know, when they can always go back, you know, listen to the past catalog. But yeah, we're pushing the new material now. I already have a project, you know, lined up, but we're just pushing singles right now.
Okay. And then what's the goals for your career right now?
Oh man, just growth, man. Growth. You know, I don't want to like try to put too much pressure on myself. But I just want to constantly grow. You know, it's like it's almost like a rebirth right now. You know, reintroducing myself to the world, letting the world know who I am, where I come from, what I stand for, and just relating that through the music. You know, and every year just building and growing.
And what's your interest outside of music?
Oh man, love playing basketball. You know, I love playing basketball. I love watching basketball. I grew up, you know, playing ball, going outside, doing all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm a real chill dude. Love to either like go out. I love like real chill atmospheres. You know, I'm a very visual person. So anything like artistic or, you know, rooftops, restaurants, stuff like that. That's just really my kind of vibe.
So you think the Lakers got it?
Yeah. Nah, the Lakers definitely.
Yeah, I think now it's like, man, I think they probably already was gonna win, but Smith they saying for Kobe, it's like a bigger mission. So they I think they might sweep them. They
might if they don't make the right adjustments, which I think they should. I think Spo is a great coach. You know, if Bam and Dragic don't bounce back is definitely a dub. But the way the Lakers are playing right now, it seems like they could take that John in 4 or 5. But the momentum, even from the last series, is really what drove Lakers. So they have a good chance.
Dwight Howard still. I mean, I know he ain't the old Dwight Howard, but still, shit, he's still Dwight Howard.
Dwight's been a factor. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think they got him better now because now they just tell him to rebound and block. That's it. He ain't got to worry about nothing else. So he's locked in.
Danny Green is not Danny Red no more. I was calling him Danny Red for a little bit. Now he's Danny Green again. KCP is doing his thing. So I mean, if everybody does what they need to do on the Lakers, I mean, it's kind of like it's inevitable. Everybody just has to do what they do. Like we know LeBron and AD gonna do what they do. Like that's inevitable.
I'm saying, what do you think about them firing Doc Rivers?
I mean, it's unfortunate, but I can't say that I'm surprised at the same time. He's been with that franchise for a while,
But my whole thing is, okay, Paul George was playing like shit. So he's like, shit, he can't make it. What can he do to make Paul George play better? You know what I'm saying? That was on Paul George.
That's true. I mean, there's a lot of, I feel like a lot of components that take in like those pieces. They definitely should have been rotated a little more. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, especially as long as Doc has been there, the culture that they've built, and Doc is a great coach. Like, let's not get it twisted, but I feel like, you've been there for a while and, you fell short almost every time. You know what I'm saying? So at some point the culture has to change.
I guarantee you they're not probably gonna say it publicly, but to me, I think they messed up. They should have kept Chris Paul out of everybody. That's the one they should have kept. You know how they tried. They kept. So? Yeah, they kept Griffin. Yeah, they should have kept Paul. Man, shit. You saw KC. They was balling out this year.
Yeah, I mean he did put him on his back. He did.
Nobody was thinking they was gonna do anything, and they almost beat Houston. Man, I wish they beat Houston so bad. I was wanting them to beat Houston.
But they wasn't gonna go anywhere after that, even if they did beat Houston.
Yeah,
team is just not deep enough. They're still super young. They're developing. I mean, for Chris Paul to do what he did that much against, one of the arguably the greatest scorers ever in James Harden is a statement within itself. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul is top 5 all time in point guards.
And then how's COVID affected your life?
What's crazy is it hasn't affected me much, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I'm by the grace, fortunately, nobody's super close. I know like friends of friends that have, unfortunately, have had family members or, people close to them pass from it. But in terms of like a small circle, nobody has really been affected like that, thank God.
And then you watch the debates?
Man, you mean that shouting match?
Yeah, that shit was funny.
That joint was, it was ridiculous, honestly. It was just speaking over the mediator and them not talking about anything political other than their families. It was just weird.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about this. We doomed. Either way, like, damn.
Yeah, I know other countries is looking at us like, what are y'all doing over there? It's literally the Truman Show over there.
Then what advice would you give to new artists?
Keep grinding, man. Like whatever ideas that you have, stick to it, until you find a formula that works for you. Don't ever let anybody really tell you that you can't do something. Like just really focus on that motherfucker and keep going. I feel like that's one of the most consistent messages that I've seen and that I've experienced, from the top of the top, the cream of the crop to, artists like myself still growing and building. It's just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you can create something that has the world looking at you, it's like, okay, I'm on to something. You know, so just build on that. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I was about to play one of your songs right quick.
What's that, Homebody? I hope you're playing that Homebody. I hope that's what you're playing.
Yeah, I was gonna yeah, we haven't got the video, but I can still play the
yeah, play that audio, brother.
All right, hold on. Let me hook it up right quick. Yeah. All right, we're about to go into that. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Fact is, you looking like practice. Ship that ass express to my address overnight, sign for the package. So don't come with limited warranty, cause I'm about to do damage. And I'ma pick you up off my floor. I want you to be my entertainment, babe. Cause we ain't got shit else to do. You know it's a vibe, might as well go live. I'll be your only fan and subscribe to you, babe. No, I ain't sleeping on you now. Can I be your homebody, babe? Oh, you like to be a homebody, you ain't gotta be a lone body. If you're my body, babe. Can I be your homebody, babe? Wanna be up under your body, make me wanna leave my body to be with your atlas. I just wanna rock your world and knock you off of your axis. Now I got you calling me, saying dímelo papi, my shady and me, amor, I need you in all types of different accents. And when I speak in cunnilingus, that's your favorite body language, cause you know what I'm saying. Can I be your body, tell me, hey, if you wanna get a little free, cause I'm a freak, you right, I will. Forget on Netflix and chill, we could quarantine for real, connect to your Wi-Fi. Can I be your homebody, babe? Oh, you like to be a homebody, you ain't gotta be a nobody. If you're my body, can I be your homebody, babe? Wanna be up under your body, make me wanna leave my body to be with you. I mean, we talking about practice, not a game, like practice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out to Allen Iverson.
Facts at the end, right?
Yeah, I would say what I like about you is you actually can sing, man. It's like a new little wave going on where it's cats out here that's doing R&B, but they can't really sing. But my girl's saying she like it because she's saying as long as it's a song, she don't really care how the vocally sound. But I'm like, hell no, where you get that from? I'm like, you gotta be able to sing too. Fuck what you talking about. That's where I come from. I'm from the old school.
Nah, I get it. Nah, I appreciate that, man. But yeah, man, I do a little something. You know, I do a little something on the ones and twos every now and then on a Wednesday.
What I'm saying, so shit, you gotta come on, hurry up and drop some more stuff. So what's up?
Yeah, man, we got another record that we're working on. Dropping next month? Yeah, that's dropping next month. Yeah, we're just gonna keep dropping records, man. Like, trust me, we got a lot more music on the way, a lot more visuals on the way. Like I said, man, it's just we just growing, man. One step at a time, one song at a time, man.
Yeah, somebody said they liked it.
Dope, man. Yeah, they could check that out. I am Guylaire. You could go to Guylaire on Apple Music, Spotify. You know, go get that, go cop that.
Then what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
I appreciate them, man. I love them. very, very much. Thank you guys for rocking with me since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Starting from the hymn shit, now transitioning into Guylaire. For those that have stayed with me throughout the journey, that have seen, you know, my growth, that still rock with me now. I appreciate that, man. More music for y'all. I know y'all been waiting for a little while. But yeah, we got a lot more in store for sure.
And then anybody just not hearing about you through this interview, let them know why they should go follow you and check you out.
Oh man, because I'm that nigga. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, but I mean, I just give vibes, you know. I give vibes. I give that energy that when you listen to, you feel away. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's through past experiences, whether you're trying to get some buns, like I got plenty of those. You know what I'm saying? You know, whether you want to listen to vulnerability, you want to listen to honesty, you want to listen to authenticity, like I got you. You know what I'm saying? Just stay tuned in and I got you.
All right, this is the final question. So you're in a super group. It's 3 other artists. What artists is it going to be?
I'm in a super group. Dylon, and Dylon. Huh?
In the name of the group too.
Shit, no cross, no crown. That's what the fuck the name of the group is. That's my label. That's my guys. The Truth with Juice and Mike Naz. No cross, no crown. The greatest trio ever. You heard? You heard?
So that's the super group too?
That's the super group, bro.
All right. So when y'all drop it?
Shit, we done dropped already. That's the record right there. That my boy The Truth with Juice produced that. I'm obviously singing on that, and Mike Naz mixed it. That's the super group right there.
All right, bro. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
Yes, sir. You already appreciate you, man.
Yeah. You want to hit your social media one more time?
Yeah, I am Guylaire on all platforms. I am Guylaire.
Any shout outs? Any other things?
Oh man, shout out to Fly Like Dove for even putting this interview together. Shout out to the squad. You already know, no cross, no crown. We in the building. Yeah, man, we here.
All right, y'all. We out. Make sure you follow the homie. Follow me at PoPolitickin. I'll holla.
Yes, sir. All right, bro.